everybody. This is Brandon. You all know me as the confidence coach of the top 1%, mindset expert. I am just here to inspire, encourage, and uplift you to achieve those, what other people call unrealistic goals, and help you to change your identity, to take action toward them so they can become suddenly realistic. Today, I have the incredible Becky with me, who's going to share her journey going through the Born to Slay Mindset Mastermind program. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning.
Why don't we start and just tell everybody a little bit about what your business is and where you're from?
So I live in Southern Oregon. If you know anything about Oregon, it's beautiful here. My business is a travel agency. And that's just because I love to travel. I love to experience new cultures and learn all about different people and how they live their lives and experience just what the world has to offer.
It's amazing. And you have your big world map behind you as well.
Yeah.
So
and I've got like a weird cat picture right there too, but
that's okay. I'm a cat daddy. We love cats. We love cats here. So that's beautiful. So why don't you tell everybody what was going on in your mindset that led you to invest for Born to Slay?
So basically, whether I knew it or not, and I'm looking back, I have clarity, but I was caught in the grip of fear. I was feeling inadequate and lost, and I had a lot of emotional stress, not feeling comfortable putting myself out there with my business. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I was never going to be good enough. I felt failure creeping on the edges, and I'm not the type of person that allows myself to fail. I've never failed at anything in my life that I put my mind to. Against all odds, I've always just done whatever I wanted to do. And this time I did feel that creep in a little bit. I was getting overwhelmed. So I had seen Brandon on my travel agency, careers on vacation, modules where I was learning how to be a travel agent.
Yeah.
And I felt uplifted out of my fearful state for that time that I would be in his module. And I knew that it was my mind that was holding me back from happiness and success in my business at that point. And I knew that what I needed to do was change my mind, basically.
I love that. And what have been the changes in your mindset since joining Born to Slay?
Let me just remind myself what I wrote down here. So basically, instead of spiraling out into self-doubt, like I was explaining earlier, anxiety and feelings of not being ever good enough, that type of just overwhelming, just horrible feelings, that come from that basically overarching fear in your life that you're going to fail. Instead of doing that, I don't affirm those things over my life anymore. And I didn't realize that that's what I was doing, was when I would talk to myself like, oh, you're not good enough. You're this and that. I was actually affirming those things over my life instead of affirming positive truths over my life. So just saying things to myself like that. Like I even see it now in other people when I'm talking with my best friend or whatever, she'll say something like, I'm old, I'm fat, I'm not.
Oh no.
And I'm like, why are you saying those things about yourself? You don't affirm those things over yourself, so that's a huge difference in my life, just saying positive things over myself, because I've realized that there is like absolutely no value at all, and it's not efficient in any way to sit there and just think about all the negative things and affirm those. So you've got to, and I've got to focus on the positive truths in my life, and I've got to do that every day. It's a practice. I got to remind myself every day. So I start each day with rooting myself in love and gratitude, because I feel that's where all positive energy comes from.
Mm.
And so that's what I've got to remember to do each day, is root in that, so that everything that I do that day comes out of that, instead of out of the other thing, which is the opposite, which is fear. So
I love that. So one of the things that people sometimes need a little bit of help connecting is understanding how mindset influences practical pieces inside of your business, both with like the action you yourself are doing, and also with some of the results that happen in your business. Can you tell everyone some of your favorite wins that you've had that are more practical inside of your business, that are a reflection of that shift in perspective and mindset?
well, first off, if you're being positive about yourself, so I'm being positive about myself, I'm looking at all the good qualities I have each day and love, and reaching out to people in love, they're attracted to that. So when you approach people that way with gratitude and love, then they want to work with you. They want to be with you. They love you. they People don't like being around negative people, and that's one major thing. So I've noticed people don't balk at my prices or anything like that. Once they talk to me and get to know me, then they're like, oh, any amount, you're worth every penny, just basically. Yeah. So one of my big wins was, I remember in the middle of the Born to Slay, I think it was around, I don't know, module 5 or 6 or something like that. I had my one-on-one with Brandon, and I was just telling him all these things, like I feel like this, I feel like no one's finding me, nobody knows I even exist, like how do I attract people and all this stuff. And he helped me with his outside perspective turn it around to where I was saying, people are finding me, they can find me, I don't know how, but they're finding me. And then the next day, like all these people I thought were ghosting me all messaged me at the same time and wanted to book a vacation. So I don't know if it was just like all that positive energy I just put out there, just from, like I said, speaking those positive things over my life and just living that way positively. So
I love that so much. And that's why I always say, and it's a good reminder for not just you, for me too, that any current situation, how it appears, that how it looks, can be shifted, rearranged, reframed in God's unconditional love, grace, truth, all those things. And so I love that all of that shifted and rearranged for you immediately inside of your business. And the other piece that I'm most excited about, which to be honest, I really want to do like a year later type thing with a lot of people that have done Born to Slay, is there's the gestation period. And it's so funny that you said it was in module 6, because that's right in the middle of the program where it's called integration. So it's right when you're trying to really, not trying, but you are in the process of integrating your new identity, your new thoughts, your new habits, and releasing and letting go of the old. And so it's right in the middle of that piece. And that was a big breakthrough for you. And I'm so grateful that you shared that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So the other thing that I love about this program is that there is a ripple effect. And it's something that a lot of people come into this program with the lens of, I want more sales, I want more leads, I want to feel more confident inside of my business, I want tools and resources for my mindset. What they don't realize when they come in, that it changes their viewpoint of themselves, that it also impacts their family and other areas of their life. And I call that the ripple effect. And I had no idea when God was having me create this, I had no idea like it was going to do that to like people's family. Can you talk about the ripple effect and how that's impacted, I know specifically your daughter and other people in your family and friends?
Well, gosh, where do I start? I am less self-centered now after doing this program. That's what I mostly want to say. And what I mean by is, like, I never would have thought of myself as self-centered, but now that I'm rooting in gratitude and love each day. And I'm praying for my family members each day in the morning about their day and that they would feel blessings and love and all these kind of things. I'm focusing more on these people that are in my life, in my family, than I did before. And I mean, I always have focused on them, obviously, but just sending out like those prayers and that positive energy on them. And I feel like they are responding to that. And especially if we have like a conflict or something like that, instead of just lashing out, I will sit there and we learn a lot about forgiveness in the program and grace and things like that. And that is really big in families. And I feel like, with my daughter, she was in the military. She's been through a lot and everything, but it's helping us connect as well as her, maybe, I don't know how to say it, but have a more positive outlook on things. But
Beautiful. Amazing. Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to share that is on your heart that you want people to know?
Yeah. I want like everyone to do this program. I really want like my best friend to do this program and stuff, because now that like I see how I was thinking about myself and how other people think about themselves, like I love them so much and I don't want them to be that way anymore. I don't want them to think those negative things anymore. And so I just want to say, like, the more you dig into your mindset and how it affects your life and your business and your family and everything like that, the more you'll realize how far you have to go. You can always learn more and just keep pushing in, and you'll be grateful you started as soon as you could, though. I would say that.
I love that. And what would you say to someone who is doubting like investing the time or the finances, or doubting if it will work for them?
When I think about it, because, I have had some struggles with finances starting my business and everything. I put a lot of money into it. And so that was a huge fear thing, like the feeling of like, I don't have enough money. That type of thing. Whenever I would think about the money I invested in this program, I never felt that it was misplaced at all. In fact, I think about where I was before I did this program, and I just can't even imagine being there anymore. So whatever it costs, it's is what it's worth. I mean, to me anyway, and I am not rich by any means.
I love that. Thank you so much, Becky, for sharing your heart with all of us today. I know that you took this very seriously because you came prepared with notes.
Well, I wrote everything. Yeah.
Which I appreciate so much. That means so much to me, that meant that much to you, to take the forethought and the time to really think about what you wanted to articulate, what you wanted to say. So thank you so much. And I think for me, I just want to thank you for trusting me to do this program and trusting the talents that God has bestowed in me, because I am still not a perfect human being. And I hope that one of the things you enjoyed about the program was the group calls, because I never talk about the group calls, but the group calls oftentimes are a place for me to be a little bit more vulnerable than people normally see me, to share my heart. Did you find that to be true? Just curiosity.
I think so. Yeah. Sometimes it almost like you could feel like you were like maybe even struggling with something or whatever, but you were being like really authentic. You always are. So that's really good. I for one can't be on the group the time of day that it is. I work at a hospital as well, so I have to have like I can't show my face. You guys can't hear me or anything. But I still try to get on there and be part of it whenever I'm in between patients and things like that. So that's beautiful. I loved it. I love it. Yeah.
And what would you say? Oh, I forgot to ask this question, Boo. I always ask, like, what is it like to see me one-on-one? Because this is like one of the only ways you can have access to me in a one-on-one group, one-on-one call, you know, just me and you. What was that like?
I loved it. It always like set me up. Like I felt like even if I was feeling a little low that day, or even if I was feeling good that day, like it just set me up for the next step. Like I felt like, okay, I'm like, you know, Brandon and I have figured this out. We're headed this direction. I had, you know, more clarity basically after the one-on-one calls. And it was nice to, you know, just have you to myself, to be honest. I mean, because when you're in the group call, then you have to, you know, share and everybody's talking and things, you know.
You don't have to share. I love that. You don't have to share with the one-on-one calls. Undivided attention. I love it.
And you can say more things. I mean, like if you're one of those people that doesn't want to say a lot of things in front of other people, then you can just have that one-on-one time too. So
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing everything today, Becky. All the things. I love you to pieces. I can't wait to see how everything grows from here. We appreciate you. Thank you again.
yeah, I appreciate you too. Thanks.
All right. Bye, Boo.